Right.
Good afternoon and welcome to District Class's first ever live assembly. Yes, you heard that right. We are broadcasting live. What could possibly go wrong?
So far this time we've been learning lots about ancient Egypt. We are going to test your knowledge with our quiz. People watching from home, you should have a true or false card ready and your ABC cards.
If you are in school, have your whiteboard and whiteboard pen ready for the ultimate ancient Egyptian quiz.
Can you please stay on mute so as not to disturb our viewers? I thank you. Now we are ready. Let's begin with first question. Over to Radia and Fatima.
Question 1. Is it true that the ancient Egyptians invented lots of things we still use today, such as toilet paper, pens, locks, keys, and toothpaste?
You have 10 seconds to think. 10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If you chose true, you are correct. Now over to Musaddin.
Question 2. Both Egyptian men and women wore makeup. Is this true or false? You have 10 seconds to answer.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your time's up. If you have chosen false, you are incorrect. But if you have chosen true, you are correct. Yes, it's true. Yes, it's true. Both men and women wore makeup. Now over to Hannah.
Scribes rarely wrote in hieroglyphs. Is this true? Is this true or false? You have 10 seconds to answer. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is true. This is true because hieroglyphs were only used for temples and tombs. Over to Elia.
Both ancient Egyptians played board games. True or false? We have 10 seconds to think.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If you said true, you are correct. Ancient Egyptians did play board games. And now to Abdurrahman and Riyadul.
The Egyptians invented the 300-day year calendar. True or false?
You have 10 seconds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
If you chose false, you are correct. If you chose true, you are sadly not correct.
Now over to Sami and Abdullah. Did the dead share food with the living? Is that true or false? You have 10 seconds to answer that question.
Boy, Tin, Sai, Fast, Soy, Shat, As, Noi, Dosh.
False. It's the other way around. The living shared food with the dead. Over to Amina.
Question 7. Is it true that cats were considered to be the most sacred animal in the ancient? True or false? You have 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Time's up. The correct answer was true. Over to Jamil.
True or false? Did the ancient Egyptians ride camels? You have 10 seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Time's up. If you pick true, you are incorrect. If you pick false, you are correct. Now over to Hidera.
The world's oldest dress was found in Egypt. True or false? You have 10 seconds to decide.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your time is up. The answer is true. The oldest dress was found in Egypt. Over to Ryan.
The bandages of an ancient Egyptian mummy could stretch for 5 kilometers. Is this true or false? You got 10 seconds.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your time is up. If you said true, you are incorrect. If you said false, you are correct. Egyptian mummy bandages could stretch to 1.6 kilometers. That's roughly walking from Kobi Nazrul to Liverpool Street. Now over to McBreen.
Everyone was mummified. Is this true or false? You have 10 seconds to make your decision. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you chose true, you are incorrect. If you chose false, you are correct. Not everyone was mummified. Only the rich and important people were mummified. Now over to Hafsa.
Welcome to the second part of our quiz, Egypt by numbers. You will be asked a series of questions where all the answers are numbers. You must select from A, B, or C. Let's get started. Question 1. How long did it take to build a pyramid? A, 40 years, B, 20 years, or C, 10 years. You have 10 seconds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
The answer is B, 20 years. It took 20 years to build a pyramid in ancient Egypt. Now over to Diana.
Question 2. What age did Egyptian children start wearing clothes? A, 3, B, 4, or C, 6. You have 10 seconds to answer.
9, 10, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The answer is C, 6. Now over to Safia.
How many stones did it take to build a pyramid? A, 3,300,000. B, 2,300,000. C, 5,300,000. You have 10 seconds.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Your time is up. If you chose B, you are correct. Now over to Alicia.
Question 4. How long is the River Nile in kilometers? A, 4,650, B, 5,650, or C, 6,650. You have 10 seconds. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Time's up. The answer, if you chose C, 6,650, you are correct. Now over to Elena.
Question 5. How many female pharaohs were there in Egypt? A, 7, B, 5, or C, 9. You have 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your time is up. The answer was A, 7. Now over to Khadija.
How many number of organs were kept in a canopic jar after death? Was it A, 4, B, 2,
C. 3.
You have 10 seconds to answer.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Time's up. The answer was 4. Intestine, lungs, liver, and stomach. Now over to Radia S.
Question 7. How tall is the tallest pyramid in Egypt? A. 446 meters long, B. 146 meters, or C. 746 meters. You have 10 seconds to think.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The time's up. The answer was B. 146 meters. Over to Samira.
Question 8. How many pyramids did the Egyptians build? A. 11, B. 130, or C. 20? You have 10 seconds to answer.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
The answer is B. 130. Now over to Uma.
How many days was a body left to dry out before being wrapped up as a mummy? A. 40 days, B. 100 days, C. 20 days. You have 10 seconds to think.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
If you chose A, you are correct. It was left out to dry for 40 days before being wrapped in bandages. Now over to Amani. How many days did the ancient Egyptian calendar have? A. 363, B. 364, C. 365. You've got 10 seconds to think.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
If we said 365 days, you are right. We still use 365 days today.
How many gods and goddesses did the ancient Egyptian have? A. 800 plus, B. 1000 plus, or C. 2000 plus? You have 10 seconds to answer.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The correct answer is C.
How many people did it take to build a pyramid? A. 30,000, B. 20,000, or C. 5,000. You have 10 seconds to answer this question. 3, 2, 1. If you chose B, 20,000, then you are correct. Thank you for joining our assembly. We hope you learned something from it. If you need to know more about ancient Egypt, feel free to ask any questions when you see us anywhere in school.